This week's episode of MuggleCast is brought to you by Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of audiobooks with more than 75,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature, including fiction, nonfiction, and periodicals. For a free audiobook of your choice, go to audiblepodcast.com/MuggleCast.
Looking to start your own website? The first thing you need is a domain name, and the best place to get one is at GoDaddy.com. With your domain registration, you'll get hosting, a free blog, complete email, and much more. Plus, as a MuggleCast listener, enter code RON, that's R-O-N when you check out, and get your .com domain name for just $7.49 a year. Get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com.
Hello, this is David Heyman, and I'm the producer of the Harry Potter films, and this is MuggleCast.
Everyone. Oh, thank you so much. Welcome to MuggleCast Live at Infinitus. Yes! Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Whose first conference is this? First, Harry? A lot of people.
Wow.
Ben and I did a panel this morning, and the same response with lots of hands up. You know, what is it? Is it just because of the theme park? Oh, mix of things? Close to home, location, yes. Good. Well, we have been to conferences before.
I know you have. I haven't been able to go to them.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, right on. Well, thanks, everyone, for coming out. We really do appreciate it. Let's introduce the panel. I'm Andrew Sims. This is Ben Shane. This is Matt Britton right here. I can't see everyone. There's Eric Skoll, Micah Tannenbaum, Elisa Monfort, and Laura Thompson at the end. Oh, this is actually very exciting, because it's Laura Thompson's great return to MuggleCast. It's been a few months. Welcome back, Laura!
Thank you.
So how was your time in Costa Rica, Laura?
It was really, truly incredible. It's something that I'm already missing a lot. I've only been home for 2.5, 3 weeks at this point, and I'm already trying to figure out how I'm going to go back for free. So, yeah. But it's really great to be back. This is actually my first MuggleCast since January.
Oh, wow.
So
I missed you, Laura.
Time.
It's been a very long time. So, obviously, there's actually a lot to talk about since our last episode. Our last episode was all about the Deathly Hallows trailer. What did everyone think of that?
It was pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
Almost the last scene in the movie.
Yeah, they had pretty much everything in there. Laura, what did you think of the trailer? Didn't get your thoughts on that.
Pull my mic over. I thought it looked absolutely incredible, and I have to say, my internet connection for the last few months has been not so great, as some of you know. And I wasn't actually able to watch the trailer until I got home, and I was really blown away by it. It was actually my dad. He emailed me the link, and he was like, you know, I don't read Harry Potter, but this looks sick. Like, this looks amazing. So I watched it, and I just thought it looked so incredible. It looks like they've done such justice to the book, and not just in terms of bringing every exact element to the screen, but in terms of characterization and the real fear that we saw in Deathly Hallows. I really got a sense of that from the trailer.
Any other thoughts, guys? Ben, looks like you were about to say something.
Oh, I was just going to do another quote from the trailer, like I always do.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. I was just going to be all, why do you live?
Well, I wanted to get internet because we have some things to show, but unfortunately the internet's not working. But that's okay. Everyone's seen the ABC Family clips, right? Pretend like you did. Well, on ABC Family last weekend during Harry Potter weekend, that's when they debuted some new clips. It was a bunch of behind-the-scenes sneak peeks at Deathly Hallows, of course. And one of the things that we saw, a lot of the action scenes. We saw big crowds of people running everywhere. It was really intense, and I got chills when I was looking at that again. And I feel like every time that we see these clips now, of these large crowds running places, I'm personally going to get chills. What did you think, Micah?
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought it was kind of funny too when they were talking about who could run the fastest. They were having a joke on set between Dan M and Rupert.
Who won that?
I'm not sure.
Oh. Did they say? Did anyone remember who won the running contest?
My money would be on Rupert. He has a longer stride.
Yes, he is a bit taller. But Dan claims he won. I won. I definitely won. And so it was, honestly, it was just a really good sneak peek, and it's the first of many. WB keeps calling this the year of Harry Potter, which is pretty interesting because we have a year left now. Oh, every year is the year of Harry Potter, says an audience member in the front. But I think they're really, I was saying this at the panel this morning too that Ben and I did. That, by the way, anyone go to that this morning? All right, nice. Thanks for coming. We had a great time. And to the rest of you, why were you sleeping? We wanted to. We wish we were sleeping. No, we had a great time. What was I saying?
Something about getting chills. No, the year of Harry Potter.
Oh, the year of Harry Potter. Warner Brothers is really promoting it. I think what everyone agrees on is that these final two films are going to be so successful because whether you've even seen the earlier movies, you're going to want to see how it ends, right? So I don't know. It's pretty interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it returns at the box office. Something else we saw at Deathly Hallows related was the movie poster. The first one. It's the first one with Hogwarts burning.
Oh no.
Eric, did you cry when you saw that? Did that finally make you sad? Or did that bother you? Because that's not really part one.
My money's on he was bothered.
Actually, the funny story was like somebody told me that it had been released, and I said, is it just part one? Because I've been looking forward to just finding out about part one. I don't want part two. And they said, well, no. And I got really upset. But then I saw it, and I was like, oh, but it's different because it's Hogwarts burning. So
well,
totally contradicted
Hogwarts
myself.
burning makes it all the difference.
I loved it because it was kind of a throwback to, and we did a comparison on MuggleNet, of the first, or one of the first posters for the first film, for Sorcerer's Stone, where it's them on the lake and looking up at Hogwarts. And now you're looking up at Hogwarts just as in the first poster, but this time it's burning to the ground. So it's obviously times have changed a little bit.
Maybe I'm a bit slow, but how do you set a castle on fire? I don't know, because the whole stone thing doesn't really
Lots
make
and
much
lots
sense.
of accelerant.
But honestly, I love the poster. I mean, I think that's one of the greatest ones they've ever done. It's so simple, but it's so striking because it looks a lot like the Sorcerer's Stone poster. And I made a side-by-side comparison on MuggleNet. I said, here's movie 1 and here's movie 7. And it's like the same angle. Castle's basically the same size, so it's the same length of distance away. But it's just that one difference. It's all happy, cheery, the beginning. And then movie 7 poster, it's the exact same thing, but the castle is burned into the ground. And it says it ends here. I wanted to cry. It was the most depressing thing I've ever seen in my life.
You're saying how cool it is, and I'm thinking, oh, yay, you're the most morbid person I know. I saw that poster, went out and booked a psychotherapist. I'm just going to shrink the rest of my life.
Any other thoughts about the poster, guys? I mean, it was pretty simple, but it was pretty striking, I think. Any more? I mean, is the rest of the promo material going to be like all the emo characters now? They're going to be sad that it ends too?
I hope so. I hope that all the character posters are going to be what the characters look like during the final battle. Well, maybe not Lupin or Tonks or any of the characters that died.
Matt.
I mean, I want dramatic character posters.
Come on.
Well, I'm sorry. I should have thought of that first.
He said emo, not dead.
Who all do we get to see die, do you think?
Who what?
Who do we get to watch die on the screen?
Well, we were wondering with the trailer, some people were speculating that maybe Hedwig doesn't die because we see Hedwig fly away. Harry lets him go. Was that in the trailer?
What?
I just want to. That was in the trailer, right? Yeah.
No.
But my theory was, as I said on MuggleCast, that's maybe he's just sending a letter to someone. It's obviously not in the book.
But yeah, you couldn't just tell Hedwig, hey man,
Peace
later
out.
on. I'll see you later.
Well, because J.K. Rowling said that was the end of his the reason she killed Hedwig was because that's the end of his childhood. So were they like, let's see, we can't kill him now. That'll upset a lot of kids if they watch in the theater. So let's just send him away.
I I don't know.
Harry
They
can be.
mortified us enough already. They might as well just seal the deal.
Yeah, you can't
Put it
pull
on
any
film.
punches.
Well, for anybody who's feeling particularly bad about what happened to Hedwig in the 7th book, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which is right next door, has Hedwig pillows now, and they're very, very
great.
soft. Every time you go to sleep at night, you can sleep on Hedwig. Hedwig will keep your head propped up.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
you want-
I don't know
Jedward.
which one's
something-
worse, sleeping on Hedwig or having her blow up in a film.
I don't know. Throwing back to the book 7 release, since we're talking about this, my mom was telling me that at the particular bookstore she went to, they were giving out little stuffed owls, like Hedwigs, to all
Yeah,
the kids,
they
not
did that.
knowing what happens.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Actually, it was if you pre-ordered book 7. I was at a Borders in New Zealand, and we were giving out for all the pre-orders this stuffed little plush toy owl Hedwig, and somebody mustn't have got the memo.
Oops.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if those things mysteriously disappear off Universal Store shelves when Part 1 comes out. Unless they just send Harry away, like, goodbye. So, I mean, getting back to the poster, I really did like it, and I think it's about time there was sort of this shocking, dark poster for Harry Potter. I think, again, it's really going to intrigue people who haven't seen the series before. It all ends here. I mean, that's, it's striking.
Yeah, and I really like it because I've really found, especially a lot of the posters that represent the characters for the past films, to be really bad. Just in general, like, they look dumb. I don't like them.
Don't
The
sugarcoat it or anything,
No,
Laura.
I mean, they look, I don't know. I feel like the characters almost look emo in a lot of the posters. And it's always the same pose, and it's always Hermione wearing designer clothes. And I'm sick of it. I'm glad to see something that's actually important. It's Hogwarts burning.
Andrew, he gave me like a Half-Blood Prince poster for my apartment, and it's like giant. It's like huge. And it's of Hermione and Slughorn. Okay? And Slughorn has the creepiest one eyebrow raised look on his face.
Yeah, that's
and I do not want to know what was going through his head at the time. But it is rather disturbing. And WB, like, they have these marketing people that they definitely thought that through. I mean, they choose very selectively who they put in those posters, and that combination was no coincidence.
I thought you were going to say, like, you took the poster and you put your head over top of Slughorn's head.
That's a good idea, though. We should do that.
But they are cool. I got those on eBay. They're like the bus shelter posters, the ones that go in the bus shelter. So they're huge. They're like 6 feet tall. And I had 3, Hermione, Harry, and Ron. And they're really cool. And you can get them on eBay for like $20. It's a good deal. Totally worth it.
Why'd you get rid of them?
Redecorating. Getting ready for Deathly Hallows, the bus shelters.
My apartment's where stuff from Andrew's apartment goes to die.
Yeah,
I got his old roommates, and I got his posters.
And furniture. And anyway. Something else we wanted to talk about today was Comic-Con. Everybody in the audience can totally see, like, look how much work we put in the show today. No, trust me, a lot more. This is just for you guys.
Yeah, it's just symbols. It means a lot more.
Yeah.
Before we move on, we'd like to remind everyone that this week's episode of MuggleCast is brought to you by Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of audiobooks with more than 75,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature and featuring audio versions of many New York Times bestsellers. For listeners of this podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook to give you a chance to try out their service. One audiobook to consider is Will Grayson, the new book by John Green. He's the author of Paper Towns, and he's a great young adult author. So for a free audiobook of your choice, such as Will Grayson, go to audiblepodcast.com/MuggleCast. That's audiblepodcast.com/MuggleCast.
So Harry Potter at Comic-Con, it's happening. Is anyone going to Comic-Con? Comic-Con is, of course, the big conference that goes on in San Diego every year. It's huge. I mean, gigantic. So many people show up. It's actually outgrown the San Diego Convention Center. But so this year, for the first time, Harry Potter is going to be there. Fitting, because the first film comes out in November. And so everyone was excited, like, all right, maybe some cast will come up. Because at Comic-Con, cast will come out and reveal new clips. Well, the word gets out, and then Warner Brothers emails us and is like, sorry to inform you, but cast is totally not coming to the Comic-Con.
Ooh.
Yeah, so barring any major surprises, will they? I mean, it's kind of a shame. I thought we should have mentioned that because, at Comic-Con, they are debuting new clips, which is very cool, and we can't wait to see those. But it's a bit of a bummer because all these movie panels there always have cast there. And it's exciting to see them debut the clips. Not Alan Horn, president of Warner Brothers, CEO of Warner Brothers, going like, check out the new clips, kids. No, they want to see the actors do it. I want to see the actors do it.
Are you going to be at Comic-Con?
Yes.
Awesome.
To cover it for you guys. You're welcome. I'm traveling very far. Just kidding.
This might be kind of wrong.
This might be kind of wrong, but...
Sorry. I was in Animal Kingdom, and I was trying to find out where to find some merchandise that I wanted to find. And this guy told me, I don't know whether it's true or not, that there might be a few cast members coming. I can't say which ones. But
We're Animal Kingdom?
Yeah.
In Disney?
Not necessarily there, but he said there might be some coming because he knew about Infinitus.
Coming where?
I don't know exactly, but he said that there would be some kind of cast members coming.
Oh, yeah, the
To here or
surprise is
to
out.
Comic-Con?
Dan Radcliffe is right over there in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's what I heard.
It's all rumor. Yeah. But anyway, so I just... Not much to talk about there. I just wanted to mention that, and it is kind of a bummer.
Oh, Andrew, that reminded me, the talk about that poster. There was another poster that came out about a week or so ago. Do you remember this? You know
No,
I'm talking
what?
about? Dan Radcliffe on Broadway.
Oh, yes, Eric, the play you were in that you can't stop talking about. So Dan is going to be in what's the name of the play?
How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
Actually, this is perfect because we're in front of a live audience here, and Eric once played this role that Dan is going to play. So I feel like Eric should give us a preview of what we can expect from Dan.
Can you do a monologue?
Well, basically, Dan's role is the guy's name is J. Pierpont Finch, and he's a window washer outside the Worldwide Wicket Company. Huge, huge building. And he's walking along the street one day, and he comes across this book stand where there's this book, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. And he picks it up, and he gives it the read through, and it's basically a satirical approach to basically how to rise from the mailroom to being the VP and even higher of a highly successful company. So he follows the book's advice, and sure enough, he makes it very high up in the company. So it's a comedy. It's very funny.
Well, I wasn't looking for a summary. I wanted to
you're looking for okay. Do it. All right. So
just give us a sample.
How to apply for a job. How to advance from the mailroom. How to what?
Go.
Going.
Petty friends. How to begin making contact. Yeah.
Great job. Eric.
Yeah.
Wow.
This
For
book,
more, visit crownskull.com.
There's more.
Oh, there's more.
This book is all that I need. How to succeed.
Wow. Oh, man. Give me chill.
Eric Skull.
Ben Shane is now going to duel with Eric Skull.
This is
Trade-off
American
lyrics.
Idol, folks.
Well, actually, there was an interview a couple weeks ago, I think, from the producer or the director, somebody who's involved. And they said they were rehearsing with Dan, and, he's really, really good at singing, it turns out.
And apparently an American accent, I would hope.
Yeah.
Because it's set in America.
Yeah, I guess so. So that's cool. And the first poster came out. It's actually been on display here on the digital
love this.
screens.
Does it look like the 40-year-old
40-year-old
virgin? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
It does. I thought it was that at first, and I was like, oh.
Looks pretty happy. So now let's talk about the Wizarding World. Of course, we're all here pretty much to check it out. Has everyone been?
No.
Yes, no? Who's going tonight? All right, lots of people. Quick plug. Don't forget, 3 Broomsticks tonight around 11:15, 11:30. We're doing a podcast there. It will be released online, too. So if you excuse me. So if you, I'm crying over it. I just can't. So if you do, please do check it out if you're going tonight. And we're going to keep it relatively short so that, you can enjoy the party in the park. Anyway, one of the things we wanted to talk about was that there's been 3 million riders on Forbidden Journey already. And about 2 million breakdowns. So,
Actually, it broke down while I was on it today, Andrew.
Really?
Yeah, for about 45 seconds. Actually, it was,
See, it just stopped.
Yeah, it stopped, and the movie was still going, but there was a voice. There was a female voice. It reminded me of the Ministry of Magic, like when you go in the telephone booth and there's that nice, pleasant female voice. She says,
Matilda
"Excuse me,
Hopkirk.
attention, riders. The Forbidden Journey has stopped, but don't move because it could begin again any minute now. And we're like,
don't move.
It
Don't even breathe.
was automated, so she's like, keep your hands and feet inside the ride. And what happened was then, sure enough, the ride started to move again. I guess it was recalibrating, figuring out where all the trains were.
Right.
Because it was the middle of the ride. And then the video reset, and we basically, just lost like 10 seconds of the ride, but everything else kept going.
No, I haven't ridden it yet. Does like Voldemort pop out of the wall at some point, or no?
He clutches you by the face.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like, why do you live?
Why do you ride?
3/4 of the way in, you actually realize that Voldemort's been sitting next to you the whole time.
When I was on it, it broke down mid-clutch. I was like, stop her, get off her. But no, there is nothing like that, Ben. But see, this is why I don't think I can ride it anymore, because I get very paranoid about stuff like that. And this ride, it takes you'll be almost upside down at some points. I mean, you'll be kind of on your back. It's not like a roller coaster because you're on this arm. You're sitting up straight when you start. But then it's like, say this is straight, and it sort of like goes up like this and twists in a million different directions. So if I broke down and I was like hanging upside down, I'd be like, wow.
Wouldn't that be like the perfect way to die though? On Forbidden Journey?
Yeah.
That's how I went out at the Potter Park.
I was like, wow, I didn't realize this ride actually kills you. But so Eric, what did you think of the ride? Have we heard your thoughts on it yet? Like
really
overall review. Did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked the ride. I was only able to tour the queue when we did the preview in March, and we didn't go on the ride, but I got on the ride and I really liked it.
Yeah.
Really
How about you, Micah?
Yeah, no, I really liked it. I actually struggled more with Flight of the Hippogriff than with the Forbidden Journey.
I can't. He tells me this the other day. He's like, it's so rickety. I'm like, what are you talking about? I assumed it was going to be rickety, and I wrote it. First of all, it's like 10 seconds long. Second of all, it's very smooth, I thought.
The Flight of the Hippogriff?
Yeah.
No way. No, but the Forbidden Journey was just amazing. I mean, the story doesn't really flow very well. I mean, you're kind of going from one scene to the next pretty fast, but I just thought it was an amazing ride.
Yeah, we talked about this on MuggleCast. It just moves so fast that you're sort of just like, whoa, what's going on? So I assume once you go on it more than once, you get a better idea of what's going on. And it's also very loud, so it's just like, wow, too much.
Well, I think a lot of it, too, is the story that they try and push before you get on the actual ride. And it's interesting because the way they are dividing the line at the moment, because it's big on crowd control, they want to only let a certain amount of people in to different sections at a time. It's actually, I think, going a little too fast when you're inside the castle. And so a lot of the things that, like Dumbledore says, for instance, Dumbledore come out and do his thing, it explains that you're the first Muggles to be allowed into Hogwarts in a while for a special thing. Also, there might be a dragon loose. And then you move into Defense Against the Dark Arts, and the trio says, let's go on this thing, and you go up to the common room, and in the meantime, you hit the Four Founders. And
I don't want to be fully spoiled, Eric.
Sorry, you're right, I'm sorry. But basically, there are, the Four Founders of Hogwarts, and later, other...
But that's just basically...
Eric, just give us stuff from part
other
one.
Other portraits that shan't be named tell you the story of the ride, but actually, once you get into the castle, the greenhouse is right now where a lot of the congestion is, and they're able to open it up. But once you get into the castle, you just walk right by all of the story. So I think a lot of confusion happens with that, because a lot of the story is being pushed via the portraits that you meet along the way.
Sorry. I was doing this silently. Did you have a question or a comment?
Well, I was actually talking to my parents because they actually went on the ride after I did. Mm-hmm. And I realized that I missed kind of part of the ride. It was weird because I only went by myself. Yeah. And so they were like, go up these stairs. And I was like, okay. And so I went through the stairs, and I didn't experience, like, all the other stuff that, like, my parents apparently
Oh, so you went on the single riders. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you missed, like, the entire thing.
And I was like, I was expecting to go through, like, different areas of the Hogwarts and everything. And I was just like, what's going on? Yeah. And then the worst part is that I was thinking, well, this ride is going to be slow in the beginning, and I would be able to take pictures. So I was holding my camera while I was in the ride, and I was freaking out because it was like, I'm moving around and holding a camera.
Right.
Well, but luckily I had the little brace on my camera while I was doing that, but I stopped the camera because it was recording while I was halfway, and then I stopped and I was like, I don't think I want to be recording while I'm screaming.
Yeah.
So anyways, but it was a fun ride and I really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
So.
Well, thank you. Yeah, when I went on it, I was clutching on for dear life. Like I was very, very scared.
How long is the ride? Like, how long is it?
Well,
from
that's
start
the
to
other
finish?
thing. Like, it goes by very fast, but, well, okay, again,
But
I
not
was
too
very
fast.
scared. I was ready for it to be over, like, 1 minute in. But I think, 4 minutes maybe?
I think somebody said 4 minutes. I think that's accurate. I mean, it's not too short. It's not like other roller coasters where you wait in line for an hour and a half, and it'll be literally like 60 seconds and you'll be down. I think it's a little bit longer than that, and it feels like a good pace, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's satisfying even after waiting an hour or so. The pace is just right, I think.
Yeah. Anyone in the audience have any thoughts about the park as a whole or any of the news stories we've been talking about lately? We're not moving forward until someone does.
There's a
There you
handout
go.
back there.
Come on up.
Eric,
Eric, sing us another song from the Broadway hit. Hi, what's your name?
Hey, I'm
Katie?
Catherine.
Oh, Catherine.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
I
was
have
trying
a
to
stupid
read
nickname on my
okay.
name tag. I just wanted to say I love the park as a whole, but I was really disappointed with both Zonkos and with Honeydukes. I just thought they could have done like so much more with that stuff. Like the only thing that they have in Zonkos is like a fanged frisbee and then like some little duck toy or something.
Duck on a bike?
Yeah, duck on a bike. Yeah.
Duck on a
I was
bike?
like, what the heck is this? You know?
What? It's duck on a bike.
Yeah. Oh, right.
In fairness, they had a few more toys than that.
I know, but it was really. I was expecting like a really big place full of like lots of crazy spinning things, like they explain in the book, and it was like nothing.
I was.
They had a
true.
Ooh, she got
a duck
you.
on a bike.
It's not
really?
Weasley.
Yeah, duck on a bike.
Wizard Weasleys. It is Zonkos, but
Yeah, I missed
Actually,
that in the book.
I really did like Zonko. That's where I got
really?
this shirt that says Felix Felicis on it.
they do have. That is a really cool
Ninja
shirt.
16,
I like
which
that
is
shirt.
the only place I saw that they had that shirt. But they also had there's a hair changing comb.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What it is it actually it's like multicolor, like it lights up and flashes while you're doing the thing. But the advertising on the boxes is supposed to like so you can disguise yourself like a metamorphogist, like that kind of thing.
Does it change your hair?
It's really cool looking.
It doesn't change
I
your hair.
think it's
though.
cool looking.
How long is it
it's
gonna
like
take,
a regular brush.
How long is it going to take for somebody to sue Universal for false advertising over that kind of thing?
Yeah.
But yeah, they have like whoopee cushions too. I noticed
They had
too.
whoopee cushions. They had tongues, little inflatable tongues that you could blow up. Like
Yeah.
this tongue.
So-
they had screaming yo-yos.
Yeah, it's a gag
Yeah.
shop. But it's a gag shop. I mean, what were there any items in the books that you were like, why isn't that here?
Nothing that I can think of off the top of my head. I guess, but I don't know. Should I retract my statement?
I think the coolest. Thank you. The coolest part of these stores was actually just the detail around it, not necessarily the products, but what you see up in the rafters, what you see. Just the color of the window. What are those called? The window displays. The detail is pretty amazing.
I was going to say that some of the more interesting ones are the ones you can't go into.
Yeah. Well, that's for the second part when they add a new section to the Wizarding World.
Yeah, I agree. I totally wanted to go into some of the stores that just are like, we're closed for lunch or something, but I'm like, no, they're closed forever. That's terrible. They won't let me go in. And so that was kind of annoying. But I thought Zonko's was pretty cool. I got a shirt that says Pygmy Puffs on it, so that was pretty cool. Yes. I was happy about that, yeah. And I really want to buy a sneakoscope tonight, so I don't know. But I really liked it, and I thought Honeydukes was cool, but not as cool as it could have been. I was a little bit disappointed to see that they had like normal Muggle candy, because that like made it a little cheesy to me or something. I just kind of wanted it to have just the stuff from the books. But I really did like the park overall, and and it was kind of crazy crowded yesterday, so it's going to be really good to go at night and everything. And if you're staying here, you can go at 8 in the morning, which is really good because like then there are lines to get in the stores and stuff. It's so busy and hot and crazy, but it's amazing.
Busy, hot, crazy, but amazing. That's the show title. Get this guy right here. Yep, come on up. Whoa, what's so funny over there? It's busy, hot, crazy, but amazing.
Okay.
That's what they call it. They describe Ben Shane as sometimes.
Hey guys, I want to say, I don't know if you noticed it, but when I did it was like, oh my god, at the at Honeydukes when they got the hologram of the four founders.
Yes.
When I found out that actually Ravenclaw had diadem and Hufflepuff was holding the cup and Slytherin had that locket, I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. And I freak out, and my brother was like, who was that? Is that a Horcrux? And I don't want to spoil you, but yeah, it is.
Well, and that was in the Dueling Dragons.
No, in the Honeydukes.
The shop window.
Oh, wow, yeah. I totally missed that.
Yeah, he told me.
You're itching to say something? What?
Like
Yeah?
those pictures are in the Forbidden Journey too. Like,
Yeah. That's where I saw him. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so like you can see all the Horcruxes inside the castle, and like Dumbledore has the ring on.
Oh, what? Since when? That's cool.
So maybe that's their way of making up for the Horcruxes not being in the films. They're going to put them in. Here they are. They were at Hogwarts. What? Seriously.
Hey, on this day in Potter history, unless I'm mistaken, my memory fails me, July 16th, 2005 was when Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince was released. That was 5 years ago today.
Oh, man. Let's...
Now, that was the book. That was the book that launched MuggleCast. Because
it happened right after that.
Right after that book, it was one book to go, and that was when all the theories really started taking shape because we found out about Horcruxes, or we had some vindication there. And I think from then on, it was just crazy.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And speaking of that, we're actually celebrating our 5-year anniversary next month, August, 5th? 5th. August 5th.
Oh, man.
Congratulations, guys. Oh, thanks.
Andrew, what are you going to get me for our anniversary?
I don't know. I can't think of anything funny. Sorry. I'll give you a hug. Yes, Eric has something to talk about, actually.
Yeah, before we close up here, because it is 5:30, we do actually have to go. There's another podcast tonight in the park, another MuggleCast inside the Three Broomsticks, I believe. There's a charity auction here at Infinitus happening on Sunday, immediately after the Leaving Feast. I don't know if you guys have been to HPF cons before, but they usually do this charity auction, which is really awesome. Some unique items, some of them signed from different people, various actors across the fandom, and HPF auctions that off for charity, and that's actually taking place immediately after the Leaving Feast on Sunday, right across the hall in, I think, Pacifica rooms 6 through 11. And MuggleCast this year has decided to donate an item for the charity auction. What it is a quaffle from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter theme park. And it's signed by all of us. It says MuggleCast Infinitus 2010. It's got the Hogwarts crest on it, which they did, we didn't do. And because it's cool, it's a quaffle. And it says, thanks for listening. So this item, along with other items, there's also another item with MuggleCast history in it. It's a Harry Potter Seen It game that was purchased the night of the first live MuggleCast, and we all signed that as well, way back in 2005. So there are some items that... Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there are some plenty other items, really awesome. You can see it in the Fandom Museum as well. There's a lot of items over there that are just really cool from across time and space.
Yeah,
different Harry Potter
here at
items.
Infinitus, I threw a couple items in there. In that, in the Fandom Museum, there's a signed copy of UK Half-Blood Prince. Actually, that's kind of fitting for today. Signed by J.K. Rowling. There's something I may not have taken from a set that may or may not have been Harry Potter. And there's also some other cool things in there too, as well. And I swear to God, if anyone takes any of that, I will kill you.
Wow.
And I just received an email from Warner Brothers, and they are taking me to court. So that's good.
At least there's no more sets to visit. Well, I mean,
quick, Andrew, sell the evidence.
So anyway, okay, one more piece of feedback, question, comment, right up here. Hello, what's your name?
I'm Margaret, and for Ben, speaking of charity though, do you remember about 2 weeks back for the HBA live stream how we were talking about...
Oh, no! Go ahead. Huh?
I think Andrew Slack has to shave your back.
Oh, no!
Because
I just waxed my back, so he's out of luck.
Face, then.
Actually, the deal was I was going to take my shirt off, but then the internet died, conveniently enough.
Well, you can do it here.
No. Not going to happen.
Well, I'm sure you and Andrew Slack can work something out real quick. because Andrew Slack is here as well. Not in the room, but in this hotel somewhere. But anyway, guys, we do have to wrap it up because the final battle is starting soon. Are you guys going to see it? Yeah, I'm actually really excited because everyone's talking about it. It's like the cool thing. So we'd be happy to meet with everyone right after the show, or if you're going to go over the final battle or do whatever you want, that's fine too. Don't forget MuggleCast if you're going to the park thing at 11:15ish in the Three Broomsticks. So thanks everyone for coming out. Woo!
Bye.
Because we're live from the Three Broomsticks in the Wizarding World, this is MuggleCast episode 203 for July the 16th, 2010.
Thank you so much for coming out. Welcome to, as Micah said, MuggleCast episode 203. This is really special. This is really something. As we're approaching our 5-year anniversary, I sit here with my fellow MuggleCasters as one big happy family, and we're doing it in the theme park, and it's so cool. So thanks to everyone who came out tonight. One thing to begin the show. Poor Elisa, Matt, and Laura. They haven't sampled their first butterbeers yet, so they're going to do it now, and I want to hear every last little lick from your mouths as you enjoy the frothy sugar.
Cheers.
Woo! Go ahead, taste it, and let us know what it tastes like, of course. They're tasting the brand new butterbeer here at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Matt just chugged the entire thing. How was it, Matt?
Oh, so good.
So good. I gotta say, Ben, what did you think of this butterbeer when you tried it?
It was delicious.
Yeah. So good, so good. Does everyone like the butterbeer here? Yeah. It's pretty solid, right? It's really good. And J.K. Rowling picked this one out herself, which is very cool. It's very cool. Good. So anyway, obviously, we want to talk about everybody's thoughts on the park. We're going to spend about a half hour here, and then we're going to let you guys go out into the party, because obviously everybody wants to enjoy the party and get their dance on. Let's see, Micah Tannenbaum. Let's see, what did you think of this wonderful theme park here?
It's really just amazing. I mean, everything from the Forbidden Journey just to being able to walk around Hogsmeade, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah. And was everybody in the presentation just before? Yeah. The best thing happened right before the presentation started, when Cedric was just down on the front level. And all right, we'll fix that in a second. Can you get the audio guy? Ask him to bump these up. They can't. They can't do that. I don't think. We're going to get it louder. But anyway, so at the theater before it starts, Cedric's like totally just chilling down there, minding his own business. And the guy in the Voldemort costume comes out and starts dueling with them, and the audience goes crazy, and everybody's just like, "Woo, fight!" And then Harry comes into the picture, and it's a 3-way duel, and it was so awesome. And then Voldemort died, and the crowd just erupted. It was so cool to see, and like a complete testament to the Harry Potter fans. Yeah. Did anyone else see that? Like, I was totally all over it. It was so awesome. Who else wants to talk about the park here, guys? I mean, come on. Give me something. Laura, let's hear it from you. You've been going to Universal a lot. Is this...
Yeah, wow, that's loud.
Speak right into it.
So basically every year I come to Universal Studios as sort of a family tradition with my mom, my brother, and my grandmother. So for the last couple of years I've sort of just been watching this slowly evolve, and it's been really cool. This past January, I got to see Hogwarts Castle for the first time, and I was like, wow, this is going to be incredible. I can't wait to come here in July. And this really is kind of like a dream come true, especially for fans like most of us here who have been reading these books since we were 10, 11 years old, and now all of a sudden it's real, and you're in the middle of it, and it's not just a movie and a book anymore. You can actually experience it.
And Ben, when you walked in, you like just got here. You haven't even really been able to try out the rides or anything yet, have you?
No, not at all. Yeah, I walked in and I was just like blown away. I saw the train, and yeah, it's cool.
And you're one of those people who sweats a lot. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I do sweat an awful lot. I don't know. I'm not sure how that relates to the Harry Potter part, but yes, I do sweat a lot.
You're in Orlando, and it's very, very hot. So how about Matt, Elisa? What do you guys have to say about this?
Well, I'm in the Three Broomsticks right now. I mean, what else can I say? It's so cool. I mean, you're listening to all the music from John Williams. You're sitting drinking a butterbeer, and you're in one of the best scenes in the Harry Potter series.
Here, you want to talk right now?
Is everyone? I dared Ben to try and scale these elk antlers behind us. Will you do it for us, Ben? I'll tell you when no Universal employees are looking. Go for it.
It'll be the last thing I do. I doubt those could hold me.
I like this Three Broomsticks area a lot because it really. First of all, did anyone think it would be this big? The Three Broomsticks.
No.
It's a lot larger than you would have imagined.
And the other thing, everybody, if you could just take a moment, look up.
Yeah, if you look up, I mean, it goes pretty high up there. I mean, you see the stairs.
That's crazy.
Wouldn't it be awesome if they expand this to where you can actually check in and have a room in the Three Broomsticks?
That would be cool. Honestly, here's what I think they're going to do. They're going to take the Sinbad, or what is that?
Sinbad, the eighth voyage of Sinbad.
I'm just basking in the... Oh, never mind. I thought they turned the music off. I got very excited. Yeah, the Lost Voyager area, I have a feeling that one day they may actually just expand the Harry Potter park out into that area, right? Because, no offense, but everybody would rather go to more Harry Potter stuff than to actually enjoy the Sinbad stuff.
I feel like they're just going to expand, and the entire park is now going to be the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, is what it's going to eventually do.
What? I know, dude. Yeah, sorry, we're working on turning the volume up to the people in the back. We apologize for that. So right now, if we could, Elisa, anything else would you would like to add about the theme park?
I can't. Are you serious? Okay. My favorite part has got to be the snow and icicles. I think it gives the best illusion that we're not all dying from one collective and fatal heat stroke. But other than that, I mean, I haven't really gotten to go on the rides or anything, but I just remember I've been living in one perpetual rage that I didn't get invited to Hogwarts. So for me, this is just a dream come true just to be here, and I feel like I can be at peace, and I have an inner zen now that I can actually see Hogwarts Castle and be at the Three Broomsticks. So I'm just excited to be here, rides or no.
That's so sweet. We all got our letters to Hogwarts, and now we're attending.
Exactly. All right, well, thank you, Elisa.
Super seniors.
We're going to switch out now. This guy back here, this is Ricky from InsideTheMagic.net, and the reason we're having him on is because he's a total theme park expert. I mean, he has been all over. Ricky, you run a theme park site called InsideTheMagic.net, correct?
Ricky, you want to switch? So
sure.
You don't have much.
Yeah, sorry, the mic cable
Playing
is
musical chairs over here.
totally short. So you run a theme park site called InsideTheMagic.net?
Yes, exactly.
And
that's loud.
What can you tell us about you? So you've been to pretty much every theme park ever imaginable, right?
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but definitely all the major ones, here in Orlando, as well as out in California, is really very focused.
Right. So how do you think this compares?
I think it's really, really incredible. The amount of detail is what has always struck me ever since I've come here now. I don't even know how many times. I lived, half an hour from here, and it's just the detail that has been put into, all the little shops and here in the Three Broomsticks, and every time I've come here so far, I've still noticed something that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's just that much immersion into it.
Would you say this is one of the coolest new lands that you've seen added to a park?
Yeah, absolutely. When I first walked in here, I really thought this is what is going to now set the bar for the future of theme park entertainment. You've talked about themed entertainment and immersive environments and all of that, but I think this takes it to a whole new level. I mean, like we just saying, we're sitting here in the Three Broomsticks. This isn't like a theme park version of the Three Broomsticks. This is the Three Broomsticks.
And the best part is when you buy stuff here, and then you go home and you check your bank account or your online banking, and you see that there was a charge for $5 to Three Broomsticks. It's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm not even. That for me, oddly, that was one of the things that really struck me. Like, wow, Dervish and Bangs. Yeah, I spent way too much money there. But at least it says I spent it there.
I think one of the really interesting things, and this question came up in the presentation that we were just at, somebody asked, why aren't there Harry Potter characters walking around? Why don't we see Harry and Hermione, etc.? And I think it's really kind of a testament to J.K. Rowling's really wanting to make this an authentic experience. Because if you were really in Hogsmeade Village, you wouldn't just see Harry Potter walking around. He's at Hogwarts. He's not, maybe occasionally you might, but they wanted to keep it that realistic. You're only going to see these characters once, and you're going to see them in Hogwarts.
Yeah. And one of my favorite things is when the wizards and witches are walking around outside. I don't know if they're out there tonight, but they have been in the past. And when they're walking around and you have a wand and you point it at them, they will freak out. Like, they basically act as if they really are in the Wizarding World, and I think that really completed the experience for me. And then if you talk to the Hogwarts conductor, and I talked about this on a recent episode of MuggleCast, if you talk to him, he will interact with you, and he knows so much about the books, and he will, if you like take out your phone, he looks at your phone like it's the most ridiculous thing he's ever seen in his life. And he's just, they are so in character here, and that was way, like, that really impressed me.
Yeah, I hope the enthusiasm from the team members here in the Wizarding World continues, as time goes on. I really hope that because of the relationship with Warner Brothers and J.K. Rowling, that the quality is upheld over time. Because, in the past there have been instances of theme parks kind of, a new thing opens and it's great at the beginning, but it kind of goes downhill from here. But I can't see that happening. This is all about the detail, all about the experience. And, if it stays like this and even maybe expands, like you were saying, into the rest of the Lost Continent area someday, it's really going to be something that will draw visitors here for years and years to come.
Do you think they will expand it? I mean, they have to, right?
It's, they've been working on this part of the project for so long. I bet they're just so happy to have this open finally and see the smiling faces. But for me, that Lost Continent area is so dead. I mean, you walk through that area of the park. The rest of the park's great. You got, Seuss and Marvel and all of that. But you walk through Lost Continent and you're just like, what is this place? And then you come in here and it's so much better.
Yeah, the Universal reps are starting to usher us out because we started talking negatively about their park. Just kidding. But, so... What any other comments about the park? Not to put you on the spot here. But.
I mean, I could talk endlessly about it. When I first came in here and started all, I already did release a podcast of my own that was like a couple hours long of just going on and on and on.
Yeah.
So
you had a couple comments about Forbidden Journey, and Eric wasn't happy with your comments. This is Eric, by the way. He wasn't happy about your. Sorry, Eric. I had to do this.
What did I say?
Well, you were saying about in regards to Forbidden Journey, I think maybe it was very fast and
sure. Yeah, I think my major complaint, it's a great ride. It's really a lot of fun, and it certainly sets the bar for something new and different as a theme park experience. My biggest complaint with the Forbidden Journey attraction would be that it's kind of just a montage, if you will, of Harry Potter experiences.
Yeah.
And it's not so much like a new story. I would expect with J.K. Rowling having put out such amazing books with such elaborate stories and immersive stories that maybe she would have, created and worked with Universal to create a new story for this attraction rather than just
that's
kind of...
a good point. I mean, what if J.K. Rowling was like, and Universal was like, hey, let's write a new story for this.
Right.
That would have been awesome.
That's what I was hoping, and to see a really new adventure with the group. But instead, it was a reliving of kind of everybody's favorite moments, or a lot of the favorite moments from the past, and that's great, too.
And that's probably the next best thing you can do, right? If you're not going to write a new story, you can't just pick one specific scene.
Right, and if you come up with this, if you go through the hassle of creating new creatures, you run the risk of people not understanding what they are.
Very true.
I mean, if they haven't seen them before, they don't know what they're looking at.
And likewise, amazingly, there are people who are going to come here never having seen a Harry Potter movie, never having read a book. I've been in the queue with people, and to be honest, don't kill me, I had never seen a Harry Potter movie until like 5 months ago.
We're welcome to exits that way.
Honestly, I've gotten really into it since then. I've watched, all the movies, and because of that, I've really, really enjoyed being here, and being immersed into those scenes in the ride has been, such a treat.
Eric, would you like to apologize to Ricky? Because he's an awfully nice man. And you were being very rude to him.
He is a very nice man. I would also like to comment, I think I said on the previous podcast, I think a lot of the story that's in Forbidden Journey is somehow lost on the way they're running the queue at the moment, because there are the 3 separate rooms where, first of all, in Dumbledore's office where he invites you in, and then second with the trio, and on the way through the portrait gallery finally, where there are portraits that are telling you the story of this missing dragon that's somehow broken free. And I feel like a lot of the queue, the way they're running the queue at Forbidden Journey during the day, is a lot of it is focused in the greenhouse. And once you actually get indoor in Hogwarts, it runs by really fast.
It does, yeah.
So you're going through the chambers before you can actually get the story that they've actually worked to create.
There's a lot of attractions that will kind of use those pre-show scenes and kind of put you in that room, make you watch a scene, move you to the next room, make you watch a room. Yeah. But since this is a continuously moving ride, there's no stop and start loading, the queue continuously moves as well. So it's kind of that tough thing, like you might catch those lines as you're walking by and you might get that glimpse of a story. If you don't, it's not the end of the world, but it definitely enhances it if you really get, the full the full knowledge from all those characters.
Yeah, I feel like they should front load the line, as it were, so that everybody can see what's going on in the rooms in the middle of the queue.
But with that said, I have to commend Universal's team members for doing an amazing job loading this attraction. I don't think I've ever seen such an efficient loading pattern on an attraction like this. Where they're just pumping through so many guests. I believe they're setting records for the number of guests that they're putting through this attraction. It's really impressive.
All right, well, thank you, Ricky, so much.
Yeah,
for coming
thank you
on.
very much. And I want to say, Andrew, thank you very much for linking to InsideTheMagic.net so many times over the last couple of weeks.
No problem. Well, you guys had really good coverage, and I'm sure a lot of people saw it on MuggleNet.
I hope so.
Your reviews, the construction updates, all that stuff.
Great.
So thank you, Ricky.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem. Mr. Ricky. And last but not least, Mr. Emerson Sparks is going to come up here. Of course, we all know Emerson. Are you going to? Go ahead. Walk on up. Ladies and gentlemen, Emerson Sparks. He's so cute.
So, well, this is awkward. If I had to summarize my experience over the past day in the park, you know how Arthur Weasley looks at really boring, mundane Muggle objects with the purest look of fascination? Right. And he's just never been more excited to learn how electrical outlets work. I walk around this park, and I looked at the chipped paint on the walls, or the cobblestones in the road, and I think, wow, it's so magical.
It is pretty detailed. So what did you hit up all the rides? Are you okay?
Yes.
Did you hit up all the rides?
I did, and I have to say that despite the hodgepodge plot, despite the lack of plot of the Forbidden Journey ride, wow! That was how excited I was.
It kind of scared me. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to ride it again, especially when I hear it's kind of like breaking down a lot, but that's all right. I don't know. It just throws you everywhere, and I'm paranoid that I'm going to get stuck right on the, upside down in exactly the right position.
Is this your first time at a theme park?
I don't go on roller coasters. I haven't been on Dueling Dragons. I just, I don't go for that. By the way, I forgot to mention, when Ricky was up here, you guys were talking about the queue. I had a very, look, there's a owl flying in the, that's nice. It's a bit odd because it's not daylight, but all right. Yeah, it's a gigantic owl. I think it's Hedwig coming back for revenge, but I had a very odd clash of pop culture phenomenons when I was in the queue at the grand opening, and I see Joey Fatone walking up through the queue, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you're from NSYNC, and why are you not like Justin Timberlake or something? Why are you Joey Fatone here? I prefer a better NSYNC number. Anyway, so let's hear some other thoughts from the park let's hear some other thoughts. Matthew?
I haven't gone anywhere past this place yet, so this is as far as the park I've been to.
How about some thoughts from the audience? Anybody want to comment? Oh, this girl right here, front and center. Here, take this microphone. I command this microphone. Here, you want to move over here?
Okay.
What's up? What's your name?
I'm Tessa.
Hi, Tessa.
Well, technically, I haven't been on the roller coasters yet, but I have been on them before when they were before.
Yeah.
When it was Lost Continent, it was so boring, and I hated Eighth Voyage of Sinbad so much.
Yeah.
So, but I have been on the Forbidden Journey, and it was a long line in the greenhouse, at least.
Yeah.
But I did manage to hear most of the plot. So I was riding it, and I have been on a ton of rides like that before. At Disney and that kind of thing. This was the first one that was screaming and got me really excited.
Yeah.
Because they have every single monster that I'm scared of the Harry Potter section.
Yeah, the monsters, some of them actually, to be honest, I was a bit scared by, here, could you hand the mic?
Oh, yeah, sure.
To be honest, I was not impressed by the Death Eaters, I think it was. Where is it? Dementors. I don't know, what do you think of that, Micah?
I think that was one of the things they could have done a little bit better of a job with was the Dementors. And the dragon was pretty scary. The spiders.
Yeah. Did you guys notice at one point, when they do take your picture, there are like these ghosts that come up, and there's like 4 of them, and they're your faces on the ghosts. Yeah.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
No, they're your faces. Yeah, you don't notice it because again, this ride is flying by so fast that you don't really register it. And I was looking at it funny. I was like, "Who are they?" Like I had no idea. But yeah, it turns out it's you. So.
I hate when that is
Oh yeah, the spiders spit on you.
Wait,
Any other
spiders
comments,
spit
guys?
on you.
Any other?
Spiders produce saliva.
I didn't even know spiders could spit. That's pretty interesting.
Take this microphone. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Rachel. Yeah, I just got back from the Forbidden Journey. I haven't ridden it yet at all until just then. And
So you just went in the queue?
yeah, I just got back.
Oh, okay.
Like I walked in late.
And what
It
you
was so awesome. It was. I didn't understand it barely because it was just crazy. It was.
So what do you? So I guess people are loving it, but they're not understanding it. So what is it? Just seeing everything?
Yeah,
It's just like a. You know.
I think they really had to do that because otherwise, I mean, you got to get the Dementors and all that stuff, or one person is going to be like, oh, well, there weren't any, that kind of stuff. But it was really still.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I turned the mic off.
What else have you done?
Oh, nothing. I think I walked in Honeydukes, but then they made us go do the thing out there. So.
Oh yeah. Has anyone bought any Honeydukes like merchandise yet? It's quite expensive, isn't it?
Well, not technically, because my mom found it at like Kmart, but she bought fudge flies.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like chocolate covered frogs are like $10.
But
It's pretty expensive. But at least you get the wizard card with the hologram and the wizard on it. Here comes one more person. Here, Eric, could you hand that microphone off to her? Hi, what's your name?
I'm Sammy.
Hi, Sammy.
Hi. So, I went to.
Just hold the mic close to your mouth.
Okay. I can't go on many rides because I get sick.
Oh, okay.
And,
Me too, but I did it anyway. You should do Forbidden Journey. Even if you get sick, you should do it just because, like, it's the Harry Potter ride. But, good. So what do you have to say?
So, I walked through the queue, though, and I was a little disappointed that I couldn't get to see more just through walking through.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that's the thing. The queue, if you don't stand in place at the queue, you can't really experience it because they're kind of like videos. And that's, right?
well, I went through a separate line.
Oh, you went through the single riders line?
Yeah, through the. No, they just sent me through a line where I just went through just a separate line, like everything that the people who were actually going on the ride saw.
Yeah. So what do you think of it?
Well, I thought everything was really cool, especially the projections of Dumbledore and Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Yeah, the projections look very real. It's actually kind of crazy, and especially the portraits.
Yeah, when you move, their eyes follow you, and I have no idea how they do that.
That is creepy. I think there's real eyes behind there. They just work 18 hours a day doing that.
And I tried the chocolate cauldrons at the
Honeydukes?
Yeah, at Honeydukes, and it's really good, especially the filling.
Yeah, they are good. All right, well, thank you. One last, okay, come on up here. Last one, and we'll wrap it up, and then we'll all go party in the park. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Taylor. I just want to say, when you're in like the Forbidden Journey line, it's so cool, but when you stop to look at something, people get so pissed at you.
Oh, really?
Yes, they were behind us, and they're just like...
The comment was people get annoyed when you stop in line to go look at stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't understand, because... Like,
just be like, guys, stop! Gosh, we gotta listen to Dumbledore, okay?
Yeah, and then they just want to like keep pushing you through, and it's okay, fine if you want to walk past. Okay.
I guess it's also very hot, so they're like, or
and
they're
that's
very,
not too hot.
Well, not inside, but
No, when you're standing outside,
it's very hot.
It was really hot.
Yeah.
But once it's kind of cool because I don't know, I guess the building. Whatever.
Right, the buildings keep them cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. All right, well, thank you.
But yeah, and then also like it's not as intense as you think it is. The ride, don't get freaked out. You're not moving too quickly. So I think that's one of the biggest
I got freaked out. You do move quick. Don't fool them. I won't fool you guys. Trust me. It moves very fast.
Okay. Well, I didn't think it did. So.
All right. Well,
Thanks.
thank you. Hey guys. So like we said, we're going to keep it a short show. We're going to merge this actually with the one that we did earlier today in the hotel. So thanks everyone so much for coming out, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the night here at the Wizarding World. And any closing thoughts? Anyone? Emerson, how detailed everything was? Mikey, you were going to say something?
Go have fun.
Go have fun. All right, bye guys. Thanks a lot.